And we are back with another episode of the Garden in the Kitchen Cooking Show. I'm your host, Chef Silvia Dunnirvine.
And I'm Anne Buckley.
And today we have a brand new recipe on the blog that is deliciously healthy, low carb, gluten-free, and Whole30, and paleo, and keto, and all of the things.
Checks all the boxes.
It checks all the boxes. As a matter of fact, I get this question a lot. Can I have gluten-free recipes? Can I have dairy-free recipes? And it's impossible to satisfy everyone all the time, but I feel like this recipe does the job of satisfying a lot of folks at the same time that they're eating a delicious meal. So I'm really happy.
Fantastic.
And excited to be sharing this one.
Okay, so what are we making today?
We are making chicken lettuce wraps.
Okay.
So we're going to make a delicious chicken right here on a skillet. Okay. And then we're going to fill the cavity of some lettuce. I have romaine here, but butter lettuce, Bibb lettuce, whichever lettuce has that little pocket to hold. And that's it, and that is a meal, and I can't wait to see what you think.
So talk us through the ingredients. What have we got going on?
So we have 1 pound of ground chicken. We'll have a few flavorings to add, like garlic and shallots. Bell pepper. We're going to season with, we have coconut aminos, but soy is the alternative. We've talked about this. And okay, hidden over here I have tomato paste, salt and pepper, and that's basically our base in the chicken. And then we'll serve with the lettuce with a few slices of radish because it's in season and it adds that crunch and brightness. And we'll topping everything with cilantro microgreens.
Okay, excellent.
Awesome.
Lots going on.
Yes, but it's easy.
Okay.
Just want to make sure everyone understands. I want my recipes to be easy, and
I believe that. All of your recipes are very easy to follow and very, simple steps.
Awesome.
So, great.
So let's get started. I'm going to turn my little burner on here. I'll start with 275, and as soon as I feel some heat coming in, which I do already, I will add some oil. I think the recipe calls for a tablespoon of olive oil, so I'll add that in right now. About a tablespoon of olive oil. And so I have 1 pound of ground chicken. We'll add that in. I just want to make sure the skillet is nice and hot.
Okay.
Otherwise the chicken will stick.
Yes.
So we don't want that. And in the meantime, I'm going to run and grab a spatula.
Okay.
Which is right here.
So the sticking is due to the pan not being hot enough, not because the pan is too hot. That's interesting. I always thought that it stuck when it got too hot.
I find that it sticks when it's not hot enough. If you add it cold, and it will stick. At least for me, it does. Yeah. Of course, when it's hot enough, it will just burn unless you start moving it immediately. So 275, I feel the heat coming in. So I will go ahead and add the chicken now.
Start to get the chicken ready.
Yeah.
So do you look for the haze? Do you look for like the oil to give off the haze of the heat?
I feel like when that happens, it's a little too hot.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like somewhere in the middle, and I usually just hover my hand over and make sure it's getting nice and hot. So.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Another thing that is good to know is you can use ground beef, you can use ground turkey for this recipe. So these are your substitutions, but I have ground chicken right now. And I'm going to add that right in. And you hear the perfect sizzle. And I wanted just to start moving the chicken right away and breaking up all of these big chunks. Right away.
And that does break down really quickly, doesn't it? very easily.
It's easier than ground beef. I find sometimes when I have the block of ground beef, I spend quite a bit of time trying to break up the block of beef, but the chicken is a lot easier. It's softer too.
It's not something I usually cook with, ground chicken, so this is interesting for me.
You know, just to change it up, you know, the menu, I make sure that each week we have a good variety going on of chicken, beef, fish. We eat a lot of fish, and it's okay to have a night or two there is no animal protein, you know, because there's a lot of great plant-based recipes that are full of protein, like beans and chickpeas, and you know, I have a chickpea salad that's also
one of my favorites.
Yeah, and it's great. And that salad is great if you in the summertime you add grilled chicken, a grilled shrimp, right? You have
I haven't done that.
Going on the grill. You just that's all you need, a big bowl of salad and grilled meat. Yeah. So this is cooking pretty good, and while this is cooking, I am going to start chopping the shallots and the garlic to add that in, because that will cook together to add flavor.
Okay.
Create a nice flavorful base.
So why the shallot and not just a regular onion?
You can use the onion. I find that the shallots are more flavorful.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a little different flavor, and I find it that it's more flavorful than just plain onions. But of course you can use onions, red onions, any type of onion is good. And if you are, I'm having a hard time pulling this last one. If you are on a low FODMAP diet, you can skip this. I do get a lot of requests for low FODMAP diet. I will be honest, I don't know a whole lot
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of food sensitivities involved in low FODMAP diets. I don't know a whole lot about it. I do know that they don't do well with onions.
Okay.
So skip it. Okay.
Well, I've learnt something new. I thought I'd heard of every diet going.
Right.
That's one that I'm not familiar with.
I'm not super familiar with the low FODMAP diet, but I get emails, you know. Like I said early in the beginning of the show, can I have more foods, you know, for this diet, or vegetarian, pescatarian, and I get quite a bit of low FODMAP, and I'm like, oh.
That's one to work on.
It's one to work on. There's just so much diets and things out there. It keeps you going. Okay, here are my shallots. Chop, chop, chop. And I'm gonna bring right onto the dish. Okay. And this is how I normally cook. You know, I don't have everything beautifully prepared ahead.
Okay.
I usually cook this way, where there's one thing going on and I am already working on the next step. So
good. So we're seeing this in real time.
In real time. So as you can see, I was chopping the shallots and the chicken was cooking. Shallots go in, stir, 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 and then back out to work on the garlic. So this is how I do, you know, keep things moving here, keep things moving here.
And that countertop stove is perfect for this, because you're not walking distances to go back and forth to different stations. Yes,
it's very helpful. I use it in photography sometimes because people really want to see the step-by-step of the recipes, and I totally get. I am a visual learner. I like to see what it looks like. So I've been making an effort for a while now to just keep on taking photos of the step-by-step. And so I use this little burner because it's easy than running from my stove to the photography, area. So All right, I have 3 garlic cloves and chop, chop, chop. If you use the jar stuff, that's easy and that works too. These are minced. You can use the garlic press too.
So you mentioned the chickpea salad, which is, as everybody knows, I think it's one of my favourites. I saw that you did an Instagram reel on that, showing the different stages. I could watch that on repeat over and over and over. All those great colours going in and those delicious, healthy foods.
And it's like a 48-second video, but you get the picture. It's
you
like
get it all.
You don't even need to go on the blog and see the recipe. It's so easy. It's just
you make the dressing, you throw everything in, you mix it up.
Okay, we're good to go with the garlic here. Collect. Put that in.
Okay.
Okay, so stir, stir, stir. Chicken is basically ready at this point, as you can, it's got some pink, so we're gonna keep it cooking, but it cooks fast.
Yes.
It really does. So it's important to stir between each step so it doesn't burn or anything like that. The next step here is the red bell pepper. You're just gonna add a little bit for a pop of color because, as you know, I like color in my meals.
Absolutely.
It does add a little crunch too and flavor, and I'm gonna lower this as a matter of fact. Okay. You're supposed to eat the rainbow, 5 veggies a day, 5 colors a day. So this is my way of always, of eating the rainbow, eating a colorful variety each day. So no matter what I do, even if I'm just making scrambled eggs in the morning, I try to add 1 or 2 veggies to it, just to make,
What are your go-tos
for
adding to scrambled eggs?
Scrambled eggs, my go-to is always mushrooms.
Really?
And then something green. So I might have asparagus one day. It might be kale, spinach, but pretty much mushrooms is on my every day.
Is probably my go-to with scrambled eggs.
And it's great because it cooks so quick, right? So just a minute in the egg and it's done.
Exactly.
Okay. Bell peppers are going in. And I didn't use a whole bell pepper, but you can. And I think in the recipe I do use a whole bell pepper. I'm just making sure I'm being consistent with the timing here. I don't want to overcook and dry out the chicken. So, this is looking good.
Does look good.
Now, we're going to season with salt, pepper. Noisy one.
Sounded like a duck.
It really did.
Thought we had visitors for a minute.
Okay. My 2 last ingredients are, you grab a spoon right here.
Absolutely.
Another spoon. Tomato paste and the coconut aminos that I love so much. Here goes tomato paste. I think the recipe calls for about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, so maybe a little more. I'll leave it up. And 3 tablespoons of coconut aminos or soy. If you have a soy allergy, this is your alternative. I do have a soy allergy, so I always have coconut aminos. So about 3 tablespoons. Don't worry if you need more or less.
Okay.
It's not going to dramatically change the dish here.
No. Okay.
So it's just going to add color and flavor to this, a depth of flavor. So I love this combo. I absolutely love this combo of tomato paste and coconut aminos.
Okay. Changes the texture as well quite a bit, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. And it starts to slowly build like a sauce. Not a sauce, but you see here,
yes.
We didn't have that before. So it's bubbling away. Just want to make sure you incorporate all of that into. And after this, and we're pretty much done.
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
So we do want to cook this for a couple of minutes just to incorporate the flavors and make sure, because this side is not quite covered with tomato paste, so we just stir until everything is uniform.
So you're folding it in like you would fold in a cake.
Yes, exactly.
Smells good.
Yeah, it really does. This is great for meal prepping too. If you'd just make a couple of pounds of ground chicken, or just one really, and put in meal prep containers, and you can add some rice to the side, cauliflower rice if you're doing full low carb, or white rice or brown rice, right? So the combo is perfect for meal prep.
That does look good.
So you see how it added so much color already? I'll let this cook here for just a minute while I pull these ingredients back, and then we'll start building the lettuce wrap.
Okay.
And then we'll get to taste it.
Fantastic.
Wonderful. So we'll be right back. And we're back. We had a chance to clean up, and I made some lettuce pockets. Like I said, I'm using the romaine lettuce, but you can use Bibb or Boston or any lettuce that holds a pocket. That would be good. I found that it's easier if you have like 2 or 3 slices, you know, on top of each other, be easier to hold. So now we're just gonna add the chicken to this.
Okay.
Top it with some cilantro microgreens and some sliced radish for a little crunch. You can skip it if you're not a big fan. So let's get started. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I like the tip about the 2 leaves, because often when I've tried this, just with a single, it gets very messy.
Yes, it's nearly impossible with a single. I had the same problem. So I found that once you put 2 or even 3 slices, that's enough to hold, as you can see here. But really every pocket will be different.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it is fine. So I'm just gonna add some more here, and to make a beautiful plate for us. And this is how you would serve too. And it's so pretty to have like a patio lunch or dinner like this, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And like I mentioned, this recipe is really healthy. Ground chicken, it's lean and it's light. It fills you up, but it's not like super heavy.
Okay.
And there's no gluten involved in here, no dairy. What else? Low carb, and it's still delicious. So, okay.
And it looks really appetizing. That's really important, isn't it?
Yes, I think so. It does, and it smells really good too. I really enjoyed this recipe, and like I said, it's fairly new on the blog. I'm adding more seasonal recipes.
Perfect.
Spring and summer. Hopefully, more grilled recipes coming up.
Okay.
So, all right, we're almost ready, and I hope you're hungry.
Excellent. Yes.
Okay. So, I built a few chicken lettuce wrap here for us, and
they look delicious.
I don't have it in here, but it might be easier if you're serving to a crowd to have the taco holder.
Yes.
Do you know those taco holders?
I do.
I actually don't own one, but it would probably be a lot easier to hold these guys up a little bit, just to serve.
Good idea. Yes.
But if you're just making it for dinner, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, just add.
And they do pretty well staying together like that.
They do. Okay. So each one of them gets 2 radish slices here, and topped with a little cilantro microgreens. Super healthy, still appetizing.
Perfect.
Okay.
And so quick and easy.
Yes, so let me move this out of the way and I'll serve you. Actually, you pick.
Okay, thank you very much.
Now, what wine would you pair with something like this?
For lunch?
For lunch.
For lunch, I go with something lighter. So I would go with a Chardonnay or a Cabernet or a Pinot Noir if you're into reds.
Okay.
We've got some white today to try.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
For ours. But really for lunchtime, I love these little half bottles so that, you know, you can just have a little taste with your meal.
That's excellent.
And then
I love that.
You're all set. And
yeah, the perfect size, size of a bottle for a couple of people to enjoy lunch.
Exactly.
Awesome.
Okay.
So shall we try it?
Please,
okay.
Yes. I don't really know where to begin.
Scoop it into your mouth. I love that crunch.
It's very tasty.
Love it. It's so good.
It's really very good.
It's tasty, isn't it?
It is. And the lettuce really holds it all together nicely.
Yes.
I'm always so suspicious of the lettuce. I expect it to fall apart, but this works brilliantly.
For sure, and like I said, I love the crunch of the lettuce, and it's like you
Very
eating a
loud
salad
crunch.
at the same time you're eating your chicken.
Exactly.
It's just in a different format.
Yes.
So keep things exciting and entertaining. So.
Yeah, fantastic.
Cheers.
Well done. Another successful episode. Thank you, Silvia.
Thank you. Thank you to you at home for watching another episode of the Garden in the Kitchen Cooking Show.